Hi guys, and welcome back to Thea J and Jules. Today we have our lovely friend Pamela, who is here to talk about her journey to becoming a barrister. So
we have known Pamela for 12 years. Yeah. We all met in secondary school. And since leaving school, Pamela went on to college and university and is now on her journey to becoming a barrister, as Jules said. So Pamela is here to discuss things that she's found challenging during that journey, where she's in her current stage and where she hopes to be in the next few years. So, Pamela, over to you.
Okay, thank you. So my journey started about 8 years ago when I first found out that I was having a baby. My now husband and I, we were very surprised, and so then life took over and we just had to make some serious decisions. And you know me, how I was back then. I had to become very serious about my life.
We thank God for growth.
Yes. Amen. We thank God for grace.
Yeah.
So, I really had to sort myself out, find out what do I want from life, where am I going, you know, there's a baby involved now, so I really needed to get myself together and work towards being someone and providing for my family and stuff. So that's where it started. I didn't have any obvious future at that stage, so I went to college, started on a legal secretary course, and did really well in the law modules in that course. And then my husband was the one that was really saying to me, look, he can see that there's some natural talent here. Maybe I should go, aim a bit higher. So it took some persuading. Once I qualified, did some customer service stuff, and then I went to university and did really well there and got a first-class degree in law.
Well done.
Thank you. And obviously having a family and everything at that time is so hard, because not only are you having to apply yourself to, achieve highly at university and competing with other people who were younger than me at the time and obviously didn't have children as well. So not only are you competing, trying to work twice as hard as everyone else, and staying focused and everything. So it's been difficult, but it's been an absolute blessing. I've learned so much on this journey. So Joel and I got married in the midst of all that, and then we had 2 more children in the midst of all that. And so where I am at the moment is that I've got my degree, which is fantastic. I've got a place to go to law school and study my bar professional training course, which is what I need to qualify as a barrister. And so that's where I am at the moment.
So guys, as you can see, Pamela has great successes already, of which Jules and I are great advocates, or big advocates of women in successful places. So, Pamela, you said you want to go into the bar vocational course. Talk to us about funding for that course.
Yes, so the course is very expensive. Where I'm going to take it, the institution fees is about $17,500.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, and as you know, in the UK there is no funding for postgraduate studies. So luckily, I've been awarded with a £5,000 scholarship, which does go a long way, but it still means I've got quite a lot to pay for. What I'm doing at the moment is I'm trying to raise the rest of the amount via crowdfunding, and it's an alternative way to raise money, and it's becoming quite popular now actually, with a lot of students going through the crowdfunding sort of medium to try and raise their tuition fees, which was one of the reasons that inspired me actually to try crowdfunding, because I was really sceptical about it before. So that's what I'm trying to do now, to raise the remaining of the amount.
And how does crowdfunding work?
So what crowdfunding is mainly friends, family and other people who believe in your cause want to donate to raising the rest of the amount. And I don't expect something for nothing, so there are rewards in exchange for any donations. There are several things that you can choose from very sentimental rewards such as a thank you, personalised thank you notes, or something really major to being invited to my graduation party, or attending my call to the bar ceremony, which is very prestigious, and it will be held at my my inn, my little inn. Yeah, so it's going to be a massive celebration, which I want as much people as possible to get involved in. So rewards in exchange for donations is the main aim of the game. But there are obviously people who just want to donate because they can see that it's a really great cause and they want to be part of it, helping someone like me who financially I'm not able to pay for my fees. So it's a great initiative to help someone else out, really.
So what were your thoughts when deciding to join the crowdfunding site?
To be honest, I was scared. I was scared. I can't even lie to you. Joelle has been trying to persuade me since last year to do this.
Okay.
Because I first got my place last year, but I missed out on some really big scholarships which would have paid for like all of my tuition fees.
Oh, I see.
So because it was quite late in the day as well, I decided, let me just postpone it until next year. So I deferred my place, and I stepped my game up after I had to defer it. So I got more work experience under my belt. I tried to prepare myself as much as I could. I applied for more scholarships. I applied for all different types of grants and bursaries and stuff, which is why, I did fortunately get this scholarship for £5,000. But I must tell you, the scholarship application and the process is so competitive because there are so many people going after, a very few amount of rewards. So very competitive. So I do count myself lucky to have been awarded with one. Sorry, I completely forgot the question.
The question was, what were your thoughts on deciding to crowdfund?
Yes. Back on track now. So after I had to defer, and Joel was really upset that I had to miss out, so he was like, look, we've got to do something, we don't want to miss out again, and it was getting quite close to starting again. And then he said, try crowdfunding again, and I was like, no, I can't do it, I'm just scared, what people think, it's hard enough asking someone for money, let alone doing it publicly, letting everyone see, know your business and stuff. So it wasn't until I went on the website and I had a look at other people's profiles and stuff, and I was so impressed. So I was just converted like that, really, to be honest. There are other people who just managed to raise their target amounts. It varied on how long their projects went on for, but I was just so inspired by other people's success stories. So I thought, you know what? I don't want to miss out on another year, let me just go for it. And it really does take a level of bravery and just courage to just put yourself out there. But I had also thought about it quite a lot, and I think it's bigger than just me.
Yeah.
Because I can just really see this just going really far, and the whole purpose of it as well, it's not just helping me, it's not just getting rewards, but from what I could see from the legal industry, there are a lot of barriers which prevents people from, aiming higher, because obviously the higher you go, tuition fees are a massive barrier. Getting, the best paid jobs are a massive barrier. So there are so many barriers, and the more barriers there are, the more limit there is on diversity. So I think that is a massive, massive cause why I think people should help in my crowdfunding. So obviously helping me with my tuition fees goes a long way towards improving social mobility in the UK. So let the law not just be for the wealthy, let it not just be for those who were Oxford or Cambridge educated, which obviously I am not, but let it not stop me. So that's why I just want to go all the way. So to inspire others that no matter where you've come from, no matter what you've done, there is always opportunities for everyone, and there are always people out there to help you if you just ask for it. So,
What's been your biggest challenge? First, your whole journey to date, and your biggest challenge on crowdfunding.
Oh, okay. I'll answer your crowdfunding one because that's probably the easiest to answer. I think keeping the momentum going it's quite hard because you don't want to feel like you're bugging people. So it's hard enough asking once for someone to support you, but then when you have to keep on asking people, keep on posting things, you don't want people to be like put off or feel like, you know, I don't want to support this anymore. So that's the hardest thing, always feeling like, although I have to keep talking about it to keep the momentum going, but then you don't want to cross the line. You don't want to seem like you're badgering people or stuff like that. So, but thankfully, most of the people I am badgering are family and friends, but there's still, you know, platforms such as Twitter. You know, when I'm always posting on Twitter, I always feel like at the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, oh, people are going to get annoyed seeing my name now. But yeah, so that's the definite biggest challenge for the crowdfunding. My journey so far, I'm not really sure because there have been so many hard points, but I think balancing everything and trying to get the balance right is a hard thing. No matter what profession you want to get into, you know, being a wife, being a mum, trying to get into the profession that you want to be in or working full stop, you know, it's so hard to try and balance everything out. And obviously being young as well, I'm just learning. I'm learning just as I'm growing. I'm learning. So the journey itself as a whole has been quite hard. Really.
So they're the challenges, but what have been your highlights?
Oh, definitely at every milestone, every time I get an achievement to shout about, trust me, I'm shouting about it. So when I qualified, when I got my undergraduate thingy,
You graduated.
That's the word. Yeah, so when I graduated, I was so excited. I can't even tell you how Joanne and I were just screaming, jumping up and down, just making so much noise because it was just an amazing achievement. It was 3 years of hard work, and trust me when I tell you that guy was there when I cried, when I was like, I can't do this anymore, when I was like, I give up, or, you know, when financially things got really tough and I was travelling on the bus to uni for like 2 hours every day to and from. It was just so hard. But yeah, so every time there was something to shout about was definitely the highlights. Getting the scholarship as well was amazing because after trying every time and being like, oh, why am I not getting this? When you finally get that email which says, we are happy to tell you, I was like, I didn't have to read anymore.
The happy part, we are happy is just enough.
Yeah, I was just jumping with joy. And obviously having my kids along the way as well, they are just crazy, but I love them to bits and they keep me motivated, they keep me, you know, wanting to achieve more because obviously I've not had, you know, role models to see like, okay, this is what it is like to be a lawyer or a barrister or whatever. You know, when we came to this country, my parents had to start from the bottom. So, sorry. Yeah, I'm just getting a bit choked up there. Oh, sorry.
You can see how important this all is to Pamela, which is probably going to lead into my next question. Once you've sorted yourself out, I have another question, which I think I know the answer to, but I want to ask it anyway, but do carry on.
Yeah. So not having a role model just makes you want to. I want my kids to see what hard work looks like. So yeah, done.
Okay, the question that I want to ask, but I think we both know the answer, is who has been your biggest support in your journey?
Oh my God, do you even have to? Oh, my best friend, Joel, absolutely, my husband. I just love him to bits, and you'll see it on Twitter.
You have seen.
You definitely see it.
And Facebook.
Yeah, so he's like messaging everyone at 100 miles per hour, like, you know, support Pamela. But anyways, yeah, he's always been there from day one. And we've just been on this crazy journey together, to be honest. And I'm so thankful for him.
Aww. I've been covered up.
Guys, do you have any questions for Pamela, Jules?
No, I don't. So actually, I do actually.
Okay.
So one more. Obviously, you've spoken about the crowdfund
Yeah.
and how to getting how you're doing it. So just give us a bit more information about where we can find information about your crowdfunding and your Twitter, your Facebook, and everything.
Okay, so I am on Facebook. My Facebook page is Help Me Become a Barrister, and I'm crowdfunding on a website called Hubbub. I hope that you'll provide the link and everything.
We will have that.
Great.
All down below.
Yeah, so Hubbub is the only page where I'm actually receiving donations. And I'm on Twitter as well at Pam87UK. So that's how people can find out more about me and my story so far. So yeah, all my details and my information are on all three of those pages. So.
Great. And do you also have like a deadline for when you have to raise all the money?
Yes, the most important deadline. I think at the moment there was like 18 days to go until I reach my total target. So the deadline date is the 10th of September.
The 10th, right.
Yeah. So I don't actually enroll until the 21st of September. So by the 10th is when I really will know what's going to happen and stuff. So that's the deadline, 10th of September.
Great.
Well, guys, we'll have all the details down below, all the links to all the websites. But I think both Jules and I want to say it's fantastic to see where you are today. Knowing Pamela 12 years ago, she was a very, very different person. I mean, all three of us were very different people.
Yeah.
But where Pamela is today, it's so beautiful to see, and we just cannot wait to see what happens over the next years in your journey. And when you become a barrister, we'll all be celebrating along with you.
Definitely.
So, guys, please check out all the information down below. Unless you have anything else to say?
No, I do have one more thing.
Oh, sorry.
I love how Thea J is checking it. I just wanted to say, obviously, as Thea J has mentioned, we are extremely proud of you. For the journey that you've had and for where you are now.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why we wanted to do the video with you, because we see where you've come along and where you still want to go, and we can only be kind of like supporters.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
extremely proud of you.
And I'm extremely proud of you too. Can I just say that you two were more serious, than I was. So I'm just following your lead. Alright? So I'm proud of you too as well. I love your channel.
Thank you.
My favourite videos, can I just say, expectations. My sister and I were debating with Joelle, watching those videos.
It's so nice to know.
Heated discussions were going down in my house.
Wow, that's so good to know.
So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you click the link down below to that video.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you can exactly what Pamela's talking about.
Definitely.
Other than that, I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, so
Sorry, so we'll see you again soon with some more videos.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
You guys made me cry. YouTube people are gonna